Hi everyone, this is Archangeli. Today I'm going to show you how to remove the eyes from a hard vinyl-headed Dollfie Dream. Back in May 2001, Volks changed the type of vinyl that they use in the manufacture of their Dollfie Dreams to a softer, squishier, and more pliable type of vinyl. And this was actually a great thing for Dollfie owners because it made removing the head caps and also taking the eyes out of the heads much more of a simple task. However, this is Sakura Matou from Fate Stay Night, and she was released in 2010, so she's made of the hard type of vinyl. So this is a live video. I may have some technical difficulties as I try to remove her eyes, but bear with me and we'll go through this together. Now, one of the interesting things about Sakura is that she actually came with this alternate outfit. Whoops. There we go. There we are. This alternate outfit. And it comes with the dress, the eyes, and a wig. Now, obviously, if it comes with a pair of alternate eyes, you need to remove her default eyes to be able to install them. So let's get to it. I've already started a little bit. I'm going to remove Sakura's wig here. And I cheated. Prior to starting this video, I actually removed her head cap because I needed a blow dryer and a bit of brute force to get it off. Just to compare, this is Gabrielle. She's a Dollfie Dream sister, Akira, and she was released late in August 2011-ish, and she's made of the soft vinyl. So just to compare, so I'm going to take her wig off there. If I remove her head cap, sorry, this is a bit grotesque and macabre. You see how, whoops, where we are. You see how squishy that is? You can get that. It's completely pliable. Whereas compared to Sakura's head cap, where am I here? I can't squish this at all. Try for the life of me. This one's squishy. I can't squish this. So when you're dealing with an older vinyl doll, don't be afraid to use a blow dryer to heat up the vinyl. It softens it a little bit and it makes it much easier to remove it. And that way you're not struggling. But I didn't want you to see me do that on video because it's not very ladylike. I'm sorry. So I'm going to take Sakura's head off now. And if you've never removed the head from a Dollfie Dream, it's very simple. Just grasp her by the ears, hold her with the other hand at the top of the neck, joint, and just give it a pull and her head will come right off. Oops, sorry. All right. Moving on. If you have a look on the inside, the eyes are hot glued. So that's kind of an indicator that Volks doesn't really intend you to ever take these eyes out. But if you're going to sell an outfit with alternate eyes, obviously you're going to have to take these eyes out. And it's also, and removing eyes is the easiest way to change the look of a doll. One of the easiest way to pop out the eyes is just to give them a push from the inside. And I'm going to try to do this delicately. And with the softer heads, you can kind of squish them, and you sometimes hear the glue give a little bit. That doesn't seem to be the case with Sakura. Oh, okay, one of the eyes has come out a little bit. Oh, there we go. Can you see that? Where are we? There we are. I was able to get one of them out. So let's just have a look at the eye. Can you see that? Okay. Sometimes when you remove the eyes from the default eyes out of a Dollfie Dream, you may see cracking around the edges of the eye. In this case, there is none, which is a good thing. The cracking, I think, is a result of the hot glue and the plastic cooling, but we're lucky with this one, so let's try with the next eye and hopefully no ill effects there. Let's get that on screen for you. So I'm just going to try to push and squeeze. Oh, there we go. Did you hear that? The glue kind of give? All right, and so it's already loose. Now you can see the way that I'm kind of manhandling the head. It's a good idea to wear cotton gloves just because the oils in your hands can sometimes damage the face up. So let's put her head here for a second. And have a look at this eye. There's some residual glue to it that I can remove later, but there appear to be no cracks, so we're good. Now, to deal with all this goop on the inside, some tutorials and even Volks themselves had suggested using Tamiya's acrylic paint thinner, whoops, which is that. Sorry about that. If you don't want to run out and get that, you can use rubbing alcohol that you should have in your medicine cabinet at home. This is 99%. Usually you would have 70% in the house. I'm not sure why we even have 99%, but alcohol would also work in this situation. So let's see if I can get the glue off without using either the thinner or alcohol first. So, whoops, here we are. I'm using this tool. If you've watched the tutorial that I posted on removing Rise Kujikawa's eyes, this is a carving knife from Volks. If you don't have one, it's okay. Run to the drugstore and you can get yourself a nail cuticle pushing tool, which is, there we go, very similar in shape and size. It's just not as long, and the pushing blades are not as long and as flexible, but it will do the job just as well. So I'm going to use the rounded edge of the carving knife and try to just pry at the glue here. Let's get that on camera. And this glue is, oh, there we go. Did you see that? It's come loose quite easily. There you go. One neat piece. Let's try the other side. Actually, just to show you that the other tool from the drugstore will also work, I'm going to use the rounded edge. This edge is a bit pointier, so I'm going to use this rounded edge and angle towards the camera. There you go. See that? Just gently push at the glue, and it's coming loose quite easily, quite nicely. And there you go. Easy peasy. Now, if you're having a lot of resistance with the glue, how you would go about using the thinner is you would dip the edge of the carving knife into it and slide it in between in between the head and the glue, and just kind of work your way gently. Don't oversaturate or get too much liquid on the carving knife, because if it gets on the face up, it can damage the face up, and that's not a good thing, which is why I prefer to just work gently without it to start before and if I'm really having difficulty, then I'll call in the big guns. But anyway, let's have a look. I'm gonna move this box out of the way, pardon me. Let's have a look at Sakura's face up here. It's very sweet. She's got a cute undulation to her lips, very subtle peach blushing. And the purple eyebrows is because her default wig is purple, and I've got her in a lilac colored wig. I have several different types of eyes that I wanted to try in Sakura. So these are Cool Cat, the style is FD02. And let's just pop one in and see what it looks like. I'm going to cover the other eye because it's kind of scary. That's quite pretty. Let's have a look. Quite pretty. These are Volks eye type in dark blue. Oops, let's try to get that straight. That's also quite fetching. I actually have this style of eyes in my area right now. And also, okay, moving on, let's try, these are Kurokami eyes. These are resin eyes from a Japanese vendor. I think with the lights right now, they look a bit scary. They're very metallic, but they actually look very pretty in person. So for the sake of the video, and for you guys, I'll install these Cool Cat eyes, and it'll take just a minute or two. So I'm going to install, whoops, these plastic animatic eyes from Cool Cat. So I'm going to remove these cotton gloves, and like my other video with Rise Kujikawa, I'm using silicone earplugs, and you can get these at your drugstore. If you're in Canada, you can find them at Shoppers Drug Mart, Life Brand. If you live in the UK, Boots and Superdrug carry them. And if you're in the US, you can purchase them online or at CVS or any other drugstore chain, Rite Aid, I guess. And the company that makes them in the US is called Max. That's M-A-C-K-S. And if you're international, you can also order them online. So grab one of these. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping everything today. So grab one of these silicone earplugs and give it a rub between your hands, and just to stretch it out. And it's very pliable. Just going to quickly place that around the edge of the eye. Grab Sakura's head. And just pop that in there. I'm doing this very quickly and rough, just so you can follow along. And just so you can see that I'm not cutting any steps. This is completely unedited. Okay, so I'm rolling out the other piece of putty. And wrap it around the other eye. So I didn't stretch it out just long enough, so just kind of wiggle that on there. Here you go. Oops. And so we're just going to position that. So I'm not sure why that cut, but anyway, I've installed the second eye there. And I'm going to see if this squishy head cap actually fits on Sakura's head, because it's easier to work with. There, that actually fits quite nicely. Sorry, Gabby, I'm stealing your head cap for a minute. So then pop the head, again squeeze, or just grasp the top of the neck joint firmly, and give the head a push. Put her wig back on. And there you go. We've just changed out Sakura's eyes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.